All right. And I believe, hopefully, we are live. Got a few people in the chat, so I appreciate you guys showing up here. I'm going to make sure that I've got this muted on the other channel because I do not. There's the echo. So it is Friday night, and I have launched the Superiors. We're off to a really nice start. Appreciate everybody being here in the chat. I see Brian and Randy. I think Rob Hunter is going to be showing up here. I just sent him the link in a little bit, and who knows, we might have a few extra guests along the way. Face, Chia, tongue out, hand pink, waving. Okay. But what I'm going to do in the meantime, just because I don't want to sit here and just talk myself, is I am going to work on some live drawing here. I'll give you guys a peek at what I've been working on. But this is going to be a Superiors pinup, basically. I got the logo and stuff penciled in there, but yeah, I'll do a little inking here and to while away the hours. But yeah, it's been a hectic day getting everything set up, getting all the emails out, getting the Superiors page all lined up and ready to launch. So it's been it's been interesting. But thanks to the chat, thanks to the guys showing up, and see who's in here. You see Randy. Hail, Randy. Oh, and that's not going to let me do that. I haven't ran a show in a while, so to say the least, I'm a little rusty. It's easier when I'm on the pontificators, and Art has to work his way through all of this mess. But yeah, if you're live in the chat, give me a shout out. Like seeing everybody showing up here. And I'll give you kind of an update on what's happening. Oh, there's Rob here, so let me get him in the house. Stream, there we go. Hail, Rob.
Hey, man, what's going on?
Not much, man. Just launched a little bit ago, and you know how it is. It's like you're trying to line up all your ducks in a row. I had multiple email things set up to send out, and I was trying to figure out, do I launch and then send the emails out, and then you got to get your Twitter, get the tweets out there that it's live. So, and I was trying to eat a little bit of dinner and have a drink before I hop on the show, and then get the link to you, and it went all right, but it's just it's more balls in the air than just sitting at your desk drawing for 8 hours straight.
Oh, dude, that is the. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you all right.
All right, that is the biggest. That is the biggest thing that's hit me since I started live streaming. Like, there's days where I'm just like, I just want to live stream and I want to interact with everybody and talk about Death Raider and talk about everybody's projects and what's going on. And then, dude, other days, man, I don't want to have anything to do. I just want to work on Death Raider pages. And I can get so frustrated because I'll think of when's the last time I actually got to do that. Because a lot of people don't realize all the other stuff we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And like everybody has normal life, but when your job is at your house, there's your job that you get you got to work at your table, but everything else is always on your shoulders of all the stuff you have to do. Versus if you were able to go somewhere and no matter what's going on, you don't see it. It doesn't affect you. You can't touch it. You can't see it. You're just at work. You work for 8 to 10, 12 hours a day. Then you come home and then whatever's at home, you have to deal with. But when you're dealing with all that and you're trying to work,
it's all on you. I always say, like, the Drurins aren't going to draw themselves. It's like, I got to get the drawings done during the day. I got to get, I got to advertise. I got to get the word out. Right now I'm in the middle of shipping. I sent out 80 books.
I saw that. I saw your tweet about that. Yeah.
Yep. And I was so glad because I had a plan. I always have a plan, a strategy, like where things need to fall.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a big blizzard up here, and there was a week's delay with the printer and with getting my books delivered through the mail because I have a long driveway. It's a mess. And we had a huge blizzard like a week and a half ago. Yesterday it was 70. A week and a half ago, I had 3 feet of snow on my driveway, and like there was, it was brutal. So that delayed everything by a week. And my plan was people were going to be getting their books like the week before I launched Superiors. I had it like I wasn't going to get everybody their books, but like a big chunk of the backers were going to have all their books in hand before Superiors launched.
So they can talk about it and tweet. Hey, I just got this book, and by the way, here comes
I've got the cover. The back cover is the Superiors ad for most of the book. So, I'm not messing around. Trying to. Brian got his yesterday. That is awesome to hear, Brian. Yep, and Brian is the one who posted and I retweeted, which that was so that made me feel really good that. Even though I didn't get all the books out that I had planned on, I got a few of the books out and people were already posting the books that they had gotten them. So that was cool. That made me feel a little bit better yesterday. So I was able to post and retweet that. And I really appreciate you posting that, Brian. That was awesome. Oh, we got Matt G in the house. Welcome, Matt. I want to make sure I say hey to everybody who's showing up here. Hail, Matt. So some of the books did get to backers before Superiors launch, but there's a whole bunch of more books in the mail coming. So the best laid plans, as it were. Did you freeze there, Rob? Oh, Rob might have froze. Uh-oh. Rob was so interested in what I was saying and that it was too good to be true. So I don't know if I need to kick him and then he comes back. Oh, yeah, lost his connection. So, Rob was here, but I'm sure he'll be back shortly. Live in Canada, so I expect Slave Girl will take longer to get to me. Yeah, I've only sent out I wanted to get a bunch of books out right away, so only the first 60 or 80 books I just sent out were all U.S. books, but Canadian and overseas ones. Like after this week, now that I got the launch out of the way, like that's going to be my main focus is shipping out Slave Girl books. I wanted to get as many out as I could this week. But foreign, overseas, and Canadian books, some of those will be shipping out next week. It'll be a process because this is what follows up so many people that have trouble with crowdfunding is the shipping end of it. Because it's just such a different animal than most creators are used to. And you probably heard other crowdfunding artists and stuff complain about this, but until you've been through it once, like now I've kind of got it down to I'm not going to say I've got it perfected, but I've got it down to a little bit of a science where it's not as so formidable as it used to be when I first was doing this. But until you've done it a couple times, the shipping is what hangs everybody up. I don't care how good an artist you are. I don't care how popular you are. Once you get the books back from the printer and it's on you to ship them out to everybody, that's what hangs everybody up. So that's I mean there's a ton of big name pros that I know of that haven't delivered on their books because they had no idea that they were gonna have to deal with the shipping aspect. I can't name any names, but if you go through Kickstarter campaigns of big name comic book creators out there. Hey, welcome back, Rob.
Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Yep, you're good.
All right, excellent. I'm sorry about that.
No worries.
Between 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock, my internet, and it's not just my internet.
It's
the neighborhood's internet
will
just stop. It'll just die. And the cable company says that it never happens.
Yeah, of course they do. They don't want to send anybody out to deal with it.
No, because they know it's not. They can't just send a technician out and replace my Wi-Fi tower or my router because they're like, "Oh yeah, it's the neighborhood." They're not going to replace. They're not replacing that till they have to. Like they literally, it has to be everybody on the block calling in and complaining.
Yeah.
Hey everybody! I just clicked on the comments. I always forget that there's comments on the sidebar.
Yeah.
So I just want to say hi to everybody.
Yeah, we got a few people in the chat here, so we're building it up slowly. So,
and I did share it in a couple green rooms.
Okay.
It took me about 5 minutes to figure out how to share the link.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't show up on my iPad, but when I kicked on my over to my PC, then it's like, hey, would you let there's an option to share it into
would it let you copy and paste it? Is that how you do it, or?
That's exactly how I had to do it because it showed no options on my iPad when I was in Twitter, like on the app, but on my desktop when I just accessed the link, it had like the little dot, and it said, "Hey, would you like to copy this?" Yeah. So I copied it and then obviously I sent it out to two different green rooms. So
literally, here's another aspect of all of this stuff is like, I mean, I didn't stream before any of this stuff. I'd never been on a YouTube channel before. Like, I remember 10 years ago hearing about like influencers and stuff, and like, not that I'm that influential, but like this is what they've been doing for years. They've just built up their audience. But this is all new stuff that like I've never done, drawing comics. Like, so it's like just even learning how to like send links and get people on the streams and stuff. It's a whole new animal. It's fun, but it's totally different than what I was doing 10 years ago.
A buddy of mine, Andy Smith, he kept telling me while I was at Phenom, hey, you need to set up a YouTube channel. You need to get online. You need to live stream. And I would just tell him, I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to keep up with pages. Why would I do something else for free? Why would I do? I'm like, why would? And then he said, well, you'll learn. You'll figure it out eventually.
And that's the thing with when you're working at the big two, it's a totally different approach to your work. It's like you're like, it's like hitting my deadlines, making sure my editor's happy. Like those are probably the two biggest things in your life is like nail my deadlines, make sure my editor is happy, and make sure like whatever next gig he's thinking about, I'm the perfect person for it,
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not going to do tutorials online. I had an assistant once and that didn't work out. So if someone asks me, hey, what tools do I use? I'll tell them what tools I use, but I'm not going to sit down and like make videos of like, this is exactly how I do it.
Oh,
like,
sure.
Why would I do that?
No, you're just killing yourself. Not like, I don't need to help the competition.
I see how bad comic books can be, where if you're a friend of the Brazilian dude that's the hot penciler, you don't even have to be a good inker. All you have to do is trace their pencils. So why would
I have no idea what inker you're talking about right now, Rob. The buddy of a very popular penciler who maybe isn't the most talented inker in the world.
Well, wait a minute. That's how there's like probably 10 to choose from, dude.
Yeah, well, there is a lot, but I know the first one that pops to mind.
So I'm like, why would I like want to, knowing that someone doesn't even have to be good, but they could just do some of my, and literally none of my techniques are brand new.
No, but like you do, like I love the look of what you do on your inks.
Oh,
your pages on Death Raider are insane, dude.
Oh, I appreciate that. It's accumulation of everything that I've been doing over other people's pencils for,
there's
like 20 years, and I just won't stop doing it though.
Yeah, you're doing so much stuff on there that's like, I'm like, God damn, that's so like, there's so much rendering and it works. So like you're doing a lot, but it makes it look like fucking intense, like each page is
I'm trying to put the hate into every page.
You are doing it. You are absolutely.
That's my work. I'm trying to process hate into every page.
You're fucking shit up. You're fucking shit up, right? Or effing shit up.
Yes. Yep. I'm effing shit up. But dude, Can you pull back on this a little bit, because I'm really liking where you're going with this book.
Oh, this here?
Yeah, dude.
I was
like
gonna,
the
I'll
artwork.
get our campaigns up here too, but I was just
the artwork I've seen so far, though. I'm just like, oh, this book looks like it's so much fun.
Yeah, I'm like I'm hardcore in love with 90s Wildstorm, Jim Lee, Travis Charest, J. Scott Campbell. So all of my stuff is kind of influenced by that. And like, so these are just really loose pencils just to get that kind of musculature look in there. And then I'm just, I do most of my finish work in the inks just because I don't need to pencil it out all the way when I know what I'm going to do in the ink. So this is here. I'm going to show you one thing that I love about digital, Rob. Is let's see here. This is something I could never. This is something right here I could never pull off because I can't use whiteout. It's just like,
it's true.
Look at how cool that looks, but I would never do that with ink on paper because it'd be too much of a hassle.
I understand, because I've even on my pages, on my originals, I have to go back, and I don't do it everywhere, but there's a few places where if it pops up to me, I have to clean up the whiteout.
Oh, you got Jimmy
in Photoshop, just because it's that those scanners, whiteout doesn't white out. It doesn't white out perfectly.
I just never got good at it. Let's don't mean to interrupt you, but we got Jimmy Reyes with Dragon Rage and pizza in his house. Hey, Jimmy,
you did see my last minute link. Nice.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I took a bite. I was like, I guess it's gonna be a little while.
Mid sandwich bite.
We're used to sitting in the backstage for 10 minutes.
I've been about 15.
Not here. Not here. I'll get you on right away.
Clint shoots you off the aircraft carrier like a rocket. There you are. Boom.
That reminds me.
No delay.
Well, I thought to myself, hey, Clint is inking in front of a former inker. Why not add another former inker to make it?
Let's get the pressure on.
Yeah,
we get art in here too, and be like, I'll just shit all over this page and be like,
we should do this, Rob. The whole time he's inking, each time he puts it on a line, we go. Just make noises.
I'm not sure I would have done it that way.
Yeah. We just won't say anything. We'll just make little noises like
just slightly judgmental noises. That's
you're good. That was your choice.
That's all I need. It's like,
you're gonna go with that one. All right, yeah, go with that line.
I guess that's a way to go with it, but whatever.
No texture. That reminds me of most of comic books nowadays. No texture. That's great. That's a great job. No texture.
This is the other thing I like about. Oh no, that's not how I wanted the eyebrow. Damn it.
Oh yeah.
We'll just clean that up a little bit.
What's your channel? Yeah. I'm gonna share it on Twitter.
You bet. Southern Cecil House. Hell yeah. What's the best way to send you the link?
I found it. Superior's Lunch.
Yep.
Title. Okay, got it.
Okay, I got to take that fat eyebrow off of there. So, okay.
People are gonna get the wrong idea.
Just goofing around, guys. So I might be sideways here a little bit while I'm looking at the screen. Thanks for showing up, Jimmy. Appreciate it. The more the merrier. Dragon Rage is kicking ass over there, I see.
Yeah, 6 hours left.
So seriously? It's only 6 hours?
It's in closeout already. Yeah, we're going to be closing out tonight at 9:30 on my channel.
Nice. Did you end up getting another channel, like a bigger channel that you're trying for a closeout, or?
It's
going to be your.
It's going to be on my channel. The two people that were really trying to help me, since my campaign closed on a Friday, they were both doing shows on Fridays.
It's always tricky. It really is hard connecting with people at the right time.
Yeah, and
I mean, you have a hell of a channel yourself.
Thanks. I'm getting active on it again. So starting to. I want to tag you on Twitter. I know Rob. I already got Rob in the tweet, but you're Clint. No, you're Holinsky,
yep.
Clint, right?
Yep. Just my name at Clint Holinsky on Twitter. All one thing. So, yeah.
I found you.
Last night, I think there was 3 live streams all competing with each other, and I'm like, every time they talk about more live streaming and we need more channels, I'm like, when are they going to be on? That's not constant competition.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the one thing I don't understand. I'm like, yeah, we could all have our own channel and all be live streaming all at the same freaking time, and then you'd like watch the audience get split up. You know,
or one channel or one channel just squash everybody else because they're a bigger name. So
that's how it usually is.
Yeah,
Ethan takes the core of it, and then
it's not an exact science, that's for sure. But like I throw the attempts out there, like tonight, and I'm gonna try and like just probably do some live drawing streams more, and just whoever shows up to watch, whatever. It's like watching somebody sketch in a convention kind of thing. So, but yeah, like going up against the bigger shows, it's like that's a daunting task to say the least. So, you do what you can, and it's tricky at best, like knowing who you can ask to be on their show, or like certain shows you're just not going to get on, and other shows it's like you can get on, and then doing your own show, it takes a long time to build up that kind of audience. Like Jimmy's put in the work with his channel, and I mean it's impressive because it's not something you just do overnight. That's time involvement there.
Yeah, and then the problem was I built up my channel like when I converted it to the company name, like Page One Comics, and we were getting 200 views, per stream. We're finally there, and then I neglected my channel for like 2 years. I just stopped doing it abruptly, and then now I'm building it back up again.
Trying to bring it back around.
Yeah, now I'm lucky if I get like 35 views. Active viewers during the stream.
And that's the thing, is life can get in the way too. It's like you can't just be like doing one thing and not worrying about other things that you have to deal with. So yeah, it's
like
crowdfunding is awesome and terrible kind of at the same time, because like the freedom is fantastic. Create your own characters, create your own IPs, your own stories. You don't got anybody breathing down your neck about you should be doing this, you should be doing that. But then all the responsibility for everything also just falls in your lap. It's like, okay, you got to take care of this, and this. Sitting and drawing all day on characters you like is awesome, but now here, ship out 400 books in a month. It's like it's good and bad at the same time. But the thing, like I worked at DC a little bit. I did a couple of things. I did a Justice League story, but I never really worked at the big two a ton. But I worked at like all of the small publishers. I worked at Dark Horse. I worked at Image, Devil's Due.
Why don't you join us on Kings? How come you're not on the Kings show?
Ethan's got a lot of people on there, so I'm hoping one day I'd love to be on Ethan's channel, but Ethan's got a lot of people to deal with. So if I get a chance to be on there sometime, I'll hop on in a hot second. But Ethan's got a lot of stuff going on, so I understand.
Yeah, he's super busy,
and I'm not going to pester him about it, because, like I said, he's like every one of us has got a lot of stuff dealing with all of our campaigns and everything, and I'm sure Ethan's got a lot of people asking. So at a certain point, you just don't want to be just another voice bugging him about it. So
yeah. Well, you have a really good connection. I mean, you've got Mandy. Mandy's, also Del Keown's on there.
All those guys.
Shane Davis.
All those guys are great, and they've been really good to me. Mandy's been awesome to me. We've had a ton of fun together working on books, so that's all been great. But again, like a lot of these guys get asked a ton of stuff. Like every creator wants to be on those shows. And I get where at a certain point, it's like, I mean, you watch Comicsgate Kings, like Ethan's whole screen is filled up. There's There's nine, 10 people on there,
Yeah.
you know.
Hollywood Squares.
Where we rotate, you know.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
And then it's usually if you're the newer people, you know, you got to rotate for the seniors, you know.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Jimmy and I know that.
Yeah,
We get bumped.
We're the first to get bumped, you know, we're the newest ones.
Here comes Billy Tucci, Rob. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm grateful to be able to be on that show, even if it's just for
it's a huge boost.
a little bit. It is. It's been a huge boost. It's been
absolutely. So, and I mean, it's a great. Just getting your book on there for a little bit to show is like Ethan's got such a huge audience. It makes a massive difference with that stuff. So,
Jimmy, are you gonna grind till 3 a.m.?
We're gonna run until we get sleepy. Until we're tired.
If I had a little more momentum behind my campaign, I wanted to do a 24-hour just ridiculous live stream from 3 a.m. to 3 a.m. But I was just like, I don't have the following anyways on YouTube. I'm like, I think it would just be me being silly for 24 hours going, what am I going to talk about now? And I'm just like, I don't think I have the momentum. I don't have the momentum. If I
that's the thing is
I go crazy with that.
Yeah, it'd be a great idea, but you want to maximize. If you're going to do like some 24-hour crazy thing, you want to maximize it,
and not just be a stunt no one sees.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. Here we go. Speaking of crazy, awesome stunts, Death Raider.
Speaking of little momentum, no.
Hey,
if
Rob,
you can't laugh at yourself.
No, Rob. Like this is your first campaign.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, I bet you've already learned so many things about what works and what doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And
nobody cares about free downloads.
Yep. No. Yeah. PDFs.
They don't care about chapter downloads.
But the thing is sometimes you got to go through and figure out what doesn't work in order to get to where it does work. And I think whatever you do next, I think will, and like this is a good campaign. There's nothing wrong with this, but I think you're going to do even bigger and better as the time goes on. It's just, it's like figuring out all of this stuff, like knowing how to go on the shows, what shows to go on, how to get the word out on the book, how to set up my reward tiers, all that kind of stuff. It's like,
I think the first thing I learned was sign up. I don't think I didn't need as much as long as I dedicated the sign up and live streaming that I did during sign up, because the sign up didn't translate into the actual sales, the backers.
Yeah.
So I think that was probably step one that I learned, that I'm like, shorten the sign up, and
I've also learned with that sign up, what I learned in this campaign is I had about 1,200 people sign up, but 200 people went back. And I learned that throughout the campaign, you still send updates to that newsletter, because then they start coming in. And a lot of them waited until today. I sent out a newsletter yesterday. Hey, it's closing today, and that's it. And sure enough, man, those backers from that mailing list started coming in. From that original
that's one thing I keep forgetting to do the last few days. Like I keep saying, you got to send out one last.
You should do it. You should get that mailing list. Let everybody know. Give them updates, because there are people that did sign up, and then they go, "Oh man, I don't like."
But I did do updates
in the way, and
I did do updates, and I'd see like one or two backers from an update, and I'm just like, oh geez.
So here's a tip, and I mean, not that I'm any like big thing, but
you've done way more campaigns.
I've done more campaigns.
So,
here's the thing: is that sign up list. Get everybody on that sign up list that you can get. Like, advertise the crap out of your book 2 months before. Try and build that mailing list up to as big a number as you can. That doesn't mean that all those people are going to back at opening day, and they might not back it at all. It's just something to sign up for. But build it up as big as you can, and then opening weekend, pound everything. Pound Twitter, pound Facebook, pound your email list, pound any other mailing list that you got. Like, hit everybody up, let everybody know that book launches that opening weekend. That opening weekend is literally probably half your backers. It's like, that's going to determine how your campaign goes. And then the next week, you'll get some people that are getting their emails, reading their emails on Monday and Tuesday. You're going to get them that first week. By that second weekend, things are going to slow down. Mm-hmm. And then you go to your first 30 days. And this is, I wish I'd known what you're doing, Rob. I would have told you.
I know a lot of people
don't do a 60-day campaign.
Yeah.
Do your 30-day campaign, because at that 30 days, it's going to be your closeout weekend. It's going to start bringing your campaign up to the top. People are going to be like, oh, this is closing out. I need to get on it.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get a burst at the last 30 days. And then you extend it out for another 30 days. And then you get that final closeout. And realistically, opening weekend, your closeout 30, and then your final 30, that's where you get probably 90% of your backers.
Yeah.
So I wish we had talked, and I would have told you that earlier, but it's just literally one of those things you kind of learn as you go, or you get clued in. But like, those are like your best times where people are going to be the most excited about the book. There's a certain mentality. There's the early investors, the people that want in right away. And then there's the looky loos and the people that wait, and they're like, oh, this campaign's doing good. At what's closing out, I better jump on at the end. And then you can get that twice with the last 30 days, or the middle 30 days and the last 30 days.
Yeah. When John Malin saw that I did 60, and I just
did he give you an earful?
He goes, 60 days, huh? So you want to feel like nobody gives a shit about your book for 40 days. And I'm like, what? This is like it was like the second day or I think it was that night that I had launched no, maybe the next day when I had launched, and I'm just like, oh, oops. He goes, you're going to feel like nobody cares for 40 days.
It's brutal.
He goes, don't do that to yourself. And I'm like, well, it's already done. It's already done. He goes, well, have fun with those 40 days.
Yeah, those middle weeks, the slow time, it's just like, oh, nobody gives a fuck about my book. It's like, why did I even attempt this? Because it just kind of gets in, you see some campaigns, they just keep steady business, but those are few and far between. Those middle weeks, it really does slow down.
I got real lucky because my big fear was the whole time the shadow banning was going on. So the first mistake I made was I shadow launched, because I didn't want, to be shadow banned. So I launched. I didn't really tell anybody, but then launch day was the same day that I launched. Later that day, we had Ethan, Monday Night King. So I was able to mention it on there.
Oh, that's huge. Yeah.
For the first 30 days, my campaign got at least 1 or 2 backers every day. Those were my slow days for 30 days. Yeah. And I did that closeout, that first 30 day, boom, I got about 15 backers or something. Mm-hmm. When I went into the second 30, that's where it just like slowed down until the last 2 days. It's just been a flood now. The past 2 days just people just coming in. My numbers are going up.
Yeah, and that's really the pattern for most campaigns. It really kind of works out that way.
Yeah, but if I had a really strong opening launch, we had done it,
you would have got that boost.
I would have gotten that boost. And when people see my campaign, everyone goes through the campaign, and everyone, including Gary Martin, was even saying this the other day, where he was saying, man, this campaign is underfunded. Like, this should have been six-figure campaign. Yeah. But I say that, but I don't want to sound like it's like I think I'm more than I am, but I'm humbled, and I'm happy to have a smaller campaign that I can manage. I'm doing this is the first time I'm doing the whole campaign on my own. Where my previous campaigns, I had a partner that did the fulfillment, I did the campaign, and we had that partnership. Now it's going to be me doing everything. So I'm humbled by that. I'm glad that that my book is going to see print, and I'm going to get it to people. And the next campaign, hopefully,
that's the thing is, just going through one campaign, you learn so much that you're going to be able to use productively on the next campaign. And as much as people try to give you advice, and be like, oh, you got to do this, A, B, Z, and it's going to work. Going through it yourself through the whole campaign, like you learn so much, and it's better to learn it that way than trying to have people tell you how to do it.
And you make mistakes, and like you said, I mean, I'm glad if I had 3,000 backers and I'm making mistakes, that'd be scary than fulfillment on that.
God,
I'd rather be overwhelmed. I'd rather be overwhelmed and go, oh my God, I'm going to need to get a warehouse.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to find a couple of people to help me pack.
What I keep waiting with Comicsgate, and I don't know if there's anybody who's really done it yet, but there are fulfillment things. And even now, some of the small comic printers are having fulfillments through their company.
Yeah.
I know Greco does it now.
Yeah, that's what I'm using. Greco.
Yeah. Are you going to use them for fulfillment?
No,
my campaign's not
big enough yet.
They take way too. They take way too.
And that's the thing is they're taking a huge cut.
Yeah. They take a huge cut. So
where I can 400 backers, I can fulfill that in 2 weekends. You know what I mean? I'll save that money. So
exactly. But with some of the bigger campaigns, I'll be interested to see if any of them, because I'm sure they're charging through the nose because it's just busy work. It's not hard work. When you get up to like some of the Comicsgate King guys levels, then like you need a warehouse and you need a team of people. But when you've got 300, 400, 500 backers or something, you can still really kind of manage.
Yeah, you can still. For me, I mean,
it's manageable. Yeah.
Opposite of Rob. Rob was saying he would want the 3,000 backers first one, but I want to build up to it. I want to build up to the confidence because I want backers happy with the way I ship it, the way I fulfill, because fulfillment is a big part of the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
If people go, what is this? Look at the way they packaged it, and it took 2 years to get this crap.
I
give up on you.
I'll take 50,000 backers. I want to look at those numbers and poop myself and go, I'm gonna have to make some phone calls. I don't know how to do this.
Like the Kevin Hart rabbit in Secret Life of Pets, where you're just like, and then you hear the little drop.
Yeah. I'll be like, okay, I guess there's a few more things I need to learn because I don't know how to run a warehouse or hire people to pack. That's just what I would do, and I'd be like, all right. This is what we have to do now.
I see Clint got the "Where's Mandy?" comment.
Yeah, I knew that was going to become an eventually.
I get that when people pop in and go, "Where's Anna?" And
I'm sure
I get that all the time. Where's Anna? Bring Anna on.
Like you're. It's fine that you're here, but like we showed up for a reason.
Yeah. Like you had Suddenly Old. He goes. Where he says Jimmy didn't do the hard work, Anna did all the heavy lifting or something like that.
Well, she can reach higher, right?
I know she reaches higher.
That's just logistics.
Yeah. But I get that all the time. People are always like, "Where's Anna? Where's Anna?"
No, it's like people want to hang out and they want there's nothing wrong with having a few lovely ladies in the chat and on the shows and makes the program a little bit more enjoyable. But not tonight. It's my channel, and you're here with the old guys again.
Yeah. Like the first thing, if I had like tens of thousands of backers, the first thing I would do is hire the 20-year-old hot chick who's in communication and go, hey, guess what you're gonna do from now on? You're my social media live streamer.
Exactly.
I'd just be like, here's how much I'm gonna pay you. You don't really need to finish college if you don't want to.
Yeah,
and I'm going to sit and draw. And do you know any friends who have to pack, who want to pack some comics up? And you'll see me like
you would waste them on packing
for live stream.
Put them on your YouTube channel.
Dude, we'd live stream everything like from the warehouse. Here are
Rob
the guys.
could just think, and then you have like 3 or 4 other hot girls on the channel talking about stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Hot chicks on the covers. We do have hot chicks on the covers.
Yeah, I'd be on YouTube just for the closeout and the launch date. And that would be it. I'd be like, guys, sorry, we're pulling in so many backers, but the pretty girl will answer any questions that you guys might have.
Well, and that's where these girls with their like social media like degrees, I'm sure there's like advertising, marketing, social media degrees now. Like I'm like going to start scrounging around the community college. I mean, not enough to get arrested.
not enough that it's creepy. Just
but it's
that
like,
line, you know.
But like, I am
hiring.
You just have cards made up.
Yes,
it's cool if you've got cards made up. Then it's legit.
Fortunately for me, that's what Anna's going to school for.
Oh,
so I'm like putting you to work when
keeping it in house. That's nice.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, when you graduate, you're doing all my damn marketing and running the business.
The only thing you'll see of Jimmy is it'll be Anna on the live streams, and Jimmy will just have like a little cartoon floating head that
I'll be on a hammock, just in the background on a hammock sipping a martini.
You'll just be drawing. They'll be like,
I wouldn't even be doing that.
Jimmy, we need the next book. We need the next book. And it'll be pushing you like, hey Jimmy, do you think you could do 2 books?
We need you to do 4 books. This
should be looking at the numbers.
Keep pumping those books out.
Next time we see Jimmy, his hair's really long, his beard's really long. He's chained to his computer drawing.
Yeah, last night I was joking with Anna. I go, hey, it was a lot of hard work working through this campaign. I got an idea how we don't have to work as hard next campaign and we can raise a lot more money. And she's like, what? I was like, let's just get you breast augmentation. And
that's money. That's money well invested.
You be the host. You just host through the campaign and giggle and bounce a lot. There you go. Just like all the Twitch girls.
Yeah, you could set it up differently. You could set it up like a weather girl instead of sitting down.
Yeah, the weather girl thing.
Weather girl with a green screen behind you, and
that's what everybody likes.
Pointing out the project.
Yeah, Anna's got great legs, man. Everybody likes my booty cover. I'm like, that's Anna. She posed for it.
Smart.
So I'm like, dude, she'd kill with that. Everybody. I did a live stream. I don't know if you guys caught it or anything. We did a live stream where I put the camera on the ground behind us, and we're playing video games in my arcade room.
Yeah,
and Anna was in her yogas. Yeah.
Oh boy.
That one.
I did see
that one had more views than. Yeah.
I was gonna say that was a popular live stream.
It was a popular live stream. Yeah. I think she.
I was like, Jimmy, you dirty bastard. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh, Jimmy.
That's what you need on your launch weekend.
Yeah, should have done that. Yeah.
Yeah. What were you thinking?
Next launch weekend too is well, I don't even know what you would call that.
Well, we Tara Wombat says booth babes, but streaming. But I use Anna as my booth babe when we go to conventions. Yeah. And we're one of the few tables. And these are small conventions that we go to, and we're probably one of the few tables that actually gets a line in front. I put Anna wears her little, those like little bitty tight little gym shorts from the 1970s that have the little white stripes in there. Now they make them so that they have extra fabric and they wedgie in the back like yogas. So we get her those.
I bet that works great, Jimmy.
It does. She gets a line, but it's like mostly men and very butch women in the line. And she'll get a line of like, like 10 people, but it works.
It works. It works. It definitely does work.
Hit up the strip clubs. The comments.
I know. So like, you gotta get more.
The only thing then is that like they're not going to go on a streaming show because you're streaming basically during their best work hours. So I've thought about the strip club. just get one girl to come on your show do a half an hour on there, and
that's what Cecil does. Doesn't Cecil pick up like strippers and stuff? He brings them on for the streams.
Cecil is doing all kinds of crazy stuff now. He has branched out from Comicsgate. Like he's on. The guy that was on Tucker Carlson, the crazy Alex Stein or whatever, he was like being like the film guy for Alex, some of his goofy antics that he's doing. And it's like,
wow,
how did you jump up from like, because I mean, those guys are pretty well known on, just on the internet and whatnot.
Yeah.
And, like Cecil was just some dude wearing a tassel hat with goggles, and all of a sudden,
when they told me, when I first got on, I was getting really bashed by the chat. And they're like, oh, don't let it get to you. I mean, when Cecil was up here, they would tell him things like, go kill yourself. I was like, whoa.
No. Like, I always thought Cecil was hilarious. Like, he's a just a naturally funny guy, comedic guy. But like, the chat would trash him, especially early on.
And they would tell me, so yeah, so you're not getting it as bad, you know. I was like, oh man, I haven't got any comments like
go
that.
kill yourself yet.
Yeah, no one said go kill yourself.
That's a good sign.
Well, okay, Clint. So
Yep.
Superior has it launched or is it?
It has launched. We have launched. So here, let's play your trailer, and then I'll pull up Superior's. We got a few people in chat, so it's your closeout weekend. If we haven't mentioned it yet, and you haven't backed Rob's Death Raider, jump on that tonight. It's Rob's closeout weekend. This book is awesome. Rob's art is insane, and Jimmy's closing out tonight.
Tonight, so how many hours? 6, 5?
I'm down to I think probably now about 5 hours, I think.
Yeah, well, it's 3 a.m. Closeout is 3 a.m., right? So they have till 3 a.m. So
I've got Death Raider pulled up. Let's play the Death Raider trailer, and then we'll go do Jimmy's trailer for Dragon Rage, and we'll go through the campaigns here a little bit.
Thanks.
So yeah, no, we were yakking, and then I forget to like, oh yeah, hey, we're promoting books too. So
I have my closeout stream tonight. You guys are welcome to crash mine too.
Oh, for sure. I'm jumping in the chat for sure. And if you want to send links out,
yeah, put it in the green room. I think I don't know.
Jimmy, we're gonna hold you here. We're gonna 2:45 a.m.
You're gonna hold your campaign.
My artwork has improved so much that double page spread where you looking through the chain link fence at the robots in the foreground and Death Raiders in the background by the brick wall, that I don't even know if that's in the book anymore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I just was like, I don't think it fits the artwork anymore because of the gray tone techniques.
Good. I think it still holds up, but yeah.
Oh, I appreciate it, but yeah. Oh, it's also even the storytelling. Like as I've moved a couple of panels and a couple of pages around. Yeah, I don't even know if that's going to be in the book. It might be in the book as a double page spread towards, just as a showcase or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe like showcase or cover.
Yeah, but I don't know if it even fits the story anymore. So
that's kind of the freedom that it gives you, is like you want to put out your best work. It's like you're looking at what's going on, and you got the freedom, just like, no, I'm gonna make this page just sing. So everybody getting these books, you're getting the artist's best work here.
Yeah. You got a ladies man here says that, can some of you please stop saying your campaigns are closing the next day when the next day you go in demand? I think that's false advertising. Well, for me, I mean,
it's true.
The official campaign it does close, and I want to go in demand. I am going to go in demand since it's the first time for me. But what's going to happen when my campaign goes in demand is that you're going to have limited perks. I'm only going to offer the book with the option of 2 covers. So while my campaign's active for the next 7 hours, then you have the option to get any perk. But when it closes, you're going to have the limited perks. So mine is officially closing basically. And when it goes in demand, it's just basically, you're just able to get the comic, with a basic cover.
And is that because of just prints? Like, how many copies of certain books that you want to print?
I want to try to be as fair to those that are backing while the campaign's live. I want everyone to feel they have more options.
That's the thing, is there is an impetus in these first 2 months to get as many, like, this is what your main backer group is going to come from. When it goes into demand, it really kind of falls to the wayside. There isn't a lot of advertising for it. It's still sitting there. Yeah, it's open. Maybe you'll get some stragglers in, but like, this is the time when you're advertising the book, you're getting the word out there. yeah, it might
also,
not be completely closing, but like
it sets
in
up
a
the
way
budget.
it kind of is.
Yeah, it sets up the budget. Like if Death Raider, like I joked, had 50,000 backers, then all of a sudden I'd be like, hey, hey Jimmy, I gotta get a hold of Dave Finch to do a cover. And he's like, hey, he's not calling me back, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna pay him sweet money for a cover. So that's the thing. Like they're saying, says kind of false advertising. It's not, because those first 60 days or the 30 and 30, that does set up the budget of
and that's when you're advertising the book. That's when you're getting your backers. Like after those 60 days, you're just working on getting the book finished and sent out.
You're not
in a way.
It'd be very difficult.
Advertising the campaign is over. You're working on the book. You're going to get some stragglers in demand, but like compared to those first 60 days of running your campaign, it's totally different. So. Like if somebody hasn't got their paycheck or something, and their money's tight, and they want to get the book afterwards, you want them to come on board. But your big push, it's looking from the outside, I guess. You can look at it that way, but when you're running the campaign, it feels totally different when you're running it from the inside.
Yeah, that's a good point, Clint. I mean, looking from the outside, I can understand why he would think that, or how it would look from the outside. Looking in, but like in this case, like here, when my book goes in demand, it's going to go from the option of 5 covers and 2 prints down to just the option of getting 2 covers while in demand. So
it does dramatically change.
So all the extras are going to be gone, all the bonus stuff, all the like you'll get the base package, which is great. You want it, like if somebody wants to get those books in demand, it's fine. But like, there's a lot of extra cool stuff, and jump. I mean, if you want the cool stuff, get it. Today's the day. Right now is the time. So, let's. You want to talk a little bit about Dragon Rage, Death Raider, and Dragon Rage?
Death Rage.
Oh, they're doing a crossover. Yeah,
exactly.
That's gonna be my next book. Is Death Rage. I'm gonna steal Jimmy's ideas and add a skull to it.
The Dragon Rage is about a group. It's a fantasy book. It's a high fantasy book, and it's about a group of individuals have the ability to capture the rage of dragons, and so they're called Dragari. And the Dragari, when they conquer and defeat a dragon, they take its rage. Her belt buckle. Yeah, the strap.
Look at those belt buckles.
Yeah.
Those are nice belt rings.
I have the you can't see it in the shot, but I have the sword on the wall that Anna sat with and was holding, and it makes me laugh when people are like, "Oh my god, look at that booty!" And I forget, and I go, "Oh, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't tell everybody that Anna posed for it." I'm supposed to both, really.
That art is awesome, man, Jimmy. That is just beautiful covers there.
Yeah, this book has it's written by Dave Philpott. It's got a lot of layers to it. The book gets, it's got betrayal. It's got politics in it. I mean, there are, politics in the way that there are 2 kings battling for power. So it's got a lot of sabotage. It's got tassels in their horns.
Tassels are great.
But it truly does have a really good story. I joke around a lot about it, about the boobies and stuff, but it's really, that's all just secondary icing on the cake. It really has a great story. I'm very fortunate to have a good writer.
Awesome character designs. Like, I love the look of everything. The dragon, all your characters are like really unique and like cool looking. You get the vibe of what this book's about, this kind of mythical, medieval sorcery kind of vibe out of it right away. Like it's really cool looking.
And then I don't know about you guys, but like, when you're creating new characters, you got to draw them with their personality. So you got to kind of like think of like, what would they stand like? What facial expression would they make? And this is early on, when you're first creating some of these characters.
So this is book 1. This is a variant. Then this Dave Finch here.
Yeah, this variant will remain in demand, and the booty cover that we saw on the first. Those are going to be the only 2 covers available when I go in demand. All the other.
I'm assuming the Dave Finch cover was popular.
I actually beat out the Dave Finch.
Wow!
And I'm shocked. I'm just grateful that people supported. me and my art. You know,
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah,
is this cover actually in pencils then, or is this just?
Yeah, that one's in pencils.
Wow.
Without my inks. Andrew had colored it, but without Andrew's color, without my inks.
Okay. Oh, well, the pencils, yeah, it's a really pretty cover.
Yeah, and that one, it'll be gone in 7 hours.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is one of the ones that's going to be gone. So if you haven't, here again, this is going to be gone if you don't back it today. I mean, look at all the delicate work on all that stuff. That's gorgeous.
And it's going to be an investment really for. You're going to have the lowest print run Dave Finch cover, you know. And, as the popularity grows in Dragon Rage, you're going to have backers who got that cover.
Oh yeah, the Dave collector's item city.
It's going to be a collector's item, definitely, because you know I'm working my butt off. Popularity is growing.
Yeah.
So that cover is going to be scarce, really scarce.
No doubt.
This one was a hidden cover. So like RPG games and Dungeons and Dragons, like when you go on a quest, you got to unlock gems and find hidden things. So this was a hidden cover. I didn't even have this image in the campaign area. So it wasn't until backers backed that they were given the option to add it to their cart, you know, as an add-on. And that's when you unlocked it. So people didn't even know it existed. So what I did was I put this on the cover explaining this is a hidden cover. You know, it's a hidden gem. And I didn't announce, but secretly, but those that have backed have all seen that there are more perks that are secret that they unlock when they back something. So it's been like an adventure, like a quest throughout the campaign.
Nerd.
Yeah, real nerd, you know.
No, the art on this looks just amazing. Yeah, this is just a cool looking book all around.
Yeah,
Lots of work, Jimmy.
Randy Howell encouraged me to. He says your cover A and cover B would do well on Kickstarter because they love their boobs.
Yeah. I can vouch for that.
I don't have an audience there. I mean, I would be starting, you know, from just people running into it on Kickstarter. You know.
Oh yeah. Well, here I'll play the trailer here.
Thanks.
Let's check it out.
Dragali, the true Dragon Masters. Humans with the rare ability to capture the rage of the dragons, wielding their powers as their own.
Awesome trailer. Cool. Very Game of Thrones. That music in the background was epic.
Yeah, I was trying to set the tone for everything. You know, the way pacing of the trailer, the music, everything to kind of just let people know what it's about, like the genre. You know, to let people know this is
superiors.
You got a backer, dude.
I heard a ding. We'll pull it up here. It's I think it's been 2 hours since I launched.
Okay. I was gonna say because I mean the stream's been going for what an hour?
At least an hour. Yeah, close to
58 minutes.
It's almost time for me to go pick up Anna.
No problem.
That's Jimmy's code for he's got food.
Not yet, but in a few minutes it's getting closer. I was like, I gotta put the socks back on.
No, I figured it. If we got an hour, that was probably pretty good. So I will. So we're at, let's see.
Yeah, but you guys got to pop on my stream tonight. You got to come on there and we'll show your campaigns and stuff. You know?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Oh, 1545. Woo.
Let's
Do you need to reload it?
Clint, I think I might. Let's see. All right, 23 backers.
1770.
Nice. Dude.
23
Nice.
backers in the first couple hours, so that's a great start out. I'm super stoked about that. And now it's the long grind of getting the word out there, promoting, and I got to do more shows like this because I mean these are fun. It's just a matter of sitting down and plunking down and talking comics and talking about all the stuff with all the people in Comics Gate. There's a good enough mix of guys out there doing a bunch of like really cool stuff that you can usually find a lot of people to rotate through to be on the shows. So.
Yeah, exactly. It's also I keep getting lectured that I don't put out enough YouTube content on my own channel. And I'm like, dude, how many live streams do I have to do? How about we start adding up all the shows I've been on?
Yeah.
Come on, man. I need credit for that, right?
Yeah, and I mean, going on other people's shows, and especially, it's like I don't have a giant audience, so like you go on shows with people that have bigger audiences, you get a little bit more bang for your buck if you're going to be talking comics all night. But
yeah, and it's like, well, people have to get to know you. I'm like, yeah, like they're really going to get to know me, reading the same comic book articles that everybody else reads, and I complain about complain about Marvel DC, about Marvel DC. I'm like, I'd rather chat with everybody about comic book stuff.
Yeah, and I'm not sure getting to know me is going to help sell more comics.
I don't know if it helped me when I was on Kings. People are like, he's a little weird.
Wait. It depends, Clint. If getting to know you means that we take a team of 2 camera guys and we follow you through party places and bars and strip clubs.
Well, that's
I think then your channel would take off.
Yeah, that is fine if I could do that, but I can't pull that off all the time, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, strip clubs are not big fans of the cameras either.
No,
so going with the videos. Every episode ends the same with Clint. He's sitting on a curb. His ties
the girl's
loose,
hand slapping my face like.
Or you're just leaned over puking in the street.
I don't.
I promise myself I wouldn't get this drunk. I promised myself.
I've been really drunk. I don't puke anymore. I don't black out. I never have. I just get really drunk. I do become an asshole according to a wide number of people. But
so Clint gets in every episode with YouTube video would end with a fight. Getting in a fight.
Well, no, I don't fight. I'm a happy.
You're just mean.
I'm not mean either.
You just said you turned into an asshole.
Well, a fun asshole, like.
That's fun. No, everybody likes that.
Not a punch me in the face asshole. Like reflect on my pointing out your shortcomings, asshole.
Running out into busy traffic.
Sarcastic prick who thinks he's way too funny, kind of
Oh,
asshole.
well, as long as everyone else is drinking, it's fine.
Since you just launched too, don't feel bad. I mean, I want to show your campaign because even though it's my closeout, but you're giving me content. You know what I mean? Not everybody is going to go, oh yeah, I like Dragon Rage, or there might be some people that go, hey, what other books are there to give them options. So
for sure. No, what time are you doing your show later on?
At 9:30. So it's 7:30 right now for me. So it'll be 9:30 in 2 hours.
Okay. And how late?
Clint's on Central Time too, right?
Clint? Oh, you're on Central. So 9:30 Central. Okay. And it will. I'm gonna run until we can't.
Okay. I'll swing by for sure. Nice. It might be a little bit later, but I'll swing by for sure.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Rob, I put the link in the green room. So
you did?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. I saw that. I didn't realize it was for later because I was like, oh no, Jimmy's gonna be streaming the same time. You're streaming. Oh, that's a bummer. So I misunderstood that.
Oh yeah, no. The only thing is for me is like Shane and Mandy are gonna be streaming at the same time. So I'm like,
Ballers eats up a big audience there. It's not much you can do about that. That's just one of those things.
We'll just outlast them. We'll stay on longer.
Well, I'll run my trailer here, and then I want to run through. We didn't go through your art pages, and I know you got a bunch of wicked stuff up, Rob. So I want to go through that stuff too again. But I'll run the Superiors trailer here real quick.
I'm gonna run and go. I got to run and go get Anna.
For sure.
Congratulations!
Thanks for stopping by, Jimmy. And yeah, we'll swing by later on your channel,
come on.
sure.
And congratulations, man. And to all the people out there that are backing you, man, that is awesome. You're getting really good support. So this is
it's a fun looking book.
Dude, I appreciate it, man. And good luck, Jimmy. Everybody back Jimmy's book if you haven't yet tonight, man.
Thanks. Appreciate it. I'll see you guys.
Cool, man.
It kind of bums me out every time I look at your book.
My book? What?
Yeah, because
why does it make you sad, Rob?
It makes me a little sad because it seems like it has all the sugary, fun sweetness that I love so much in comics, especially the 90s.
Yeah.
And mine is kind of like a dark, grumpy, ugly cousin.
People like the dark, gritty though. Like, yeah, this is a little bit more bright lights and sugary pop kind of stuff. But
it makes me smile, man. When I look at it, I'm like, oh, look at this. It's like fun superhero stuff, and I'm just like, makes me go, oh, why didn't I do superhero?
Well, and I'm like, that's the thing that does surprise me a little bit is there's not a ton of just straightforward superhero stuff in Comicsgate. Like everybody's got tweaks on it or twists on it, but like, yeah, I went straightforward, four color superheroes. And I know there's a few guys out there that are doing it. My buddy Dave Brink at Genuine Comics, he's got his American Bliss. That's kind of, me and him are kind of simpatico on that. And I like talking with him online a bunch. But yeah, there's not a ton of this kind of superhero stuff. And that's kind of why it was like, I mean, I loved 70s, 80s, 90s, Avengers, Justice League. Like, this is my kind of wholehearted homage to that era of like superhero stuff. And I always loved the multiverse stuff, the Crime Syndicate, Squadron Supreme, all of those type of, variations of like the superhero team you knew. So that's kind of where this story kind of comes from. It's kind of built off the back of that kind of stuff. So everything's different, but there's some stuff you're going to recognize, some touchstones to kind of float throughout the multiverse. So I just want to make it fun. And the stuff that I love reading and drawing, that's kind of what this comic book's all about.
Well, I did hear Graham Nolan did say that he didn't want to bother with superheroes because he didn't want to feel like he was going to try to compete with Marvel and DC.
I know, but the thing is
there's a lot of people that feel that way.
But the thing is Marvel and DC have fallen so low.
Yeah.
I think Graham can totally compete with Marvel and DC and like outdo them. Like, look at what Graham's books, like Joe Frankenstein and the other stuff that he's done. It's like it's like sometimes it's like I worry like guys outthink themselves. It's like, Graham, you were the Batman artist. Like, if you did like some gothic dark superhero in like
Owlman, some Owlman type of character,
just something crazy fun like that.
Yeah,
like I think fans would eat it up. I get the idea that you don't want to compete with your old stuff or with Marvel and DC, but Marvel and DC, like, you can compete with them because they just are not giving the fans what they want.
Yeah,
so I don't honestly know. I'm of a different opinion, but who knows?
Yeah. If I was Graham, I would be doing this is Graham Nolan's version of Bane.
Yeah,
I literally would market a character that way and say,
it's like everybody knows you. You've got a huge fan base for this awesome character you created, and it's like, how about you do? You don't have to
your version,
but like do your version, do a twist on it. Do like use ideas that you didn't get to use because you had to deal with editorial or some nonsense at DC, and like just run with it, run wild. Like I to me, I think it's a good idea, but who knows? I mean, I'm nobody to be telling Graham what he's doing. Graham's doing just fine on his own.
His campaigns are super successful. So in the end, what do we know?
Exactly. All right. Well, I'll shoot off the trailer here. And we'll give a look-see. I've listened to that music so many times it's burned into my brain. There we go.
That looks great.
Let's I'll pull that down for now. But yeah, I kind of skipped over your art pages, and you've got some new stuff up there that I definitely want to show. But yeah, if you guys in the chat, if you're here, Superior's launched tonight. We're just a couple hours in, and it's going great. So definitely go check that out. And see, I don't even have anybody to put link. So this is how much I suck. Is if I'd have been thinking, I would have gave somebody a wrench to post links. This is
neither one of our campaigns are shadow banned. So
mine is actually it's shadow banned right out of the gates. One of the first backers told me that Superior's is shadow banned, so I went on Indiegogo and I did a search. Did a search under the title and my name, and nothing pops up. There's nothing on the front page of comics at all because it recently launched or anything. So yeah, let's see. You know what? Randy's been here. Let's give Randy. How do I do it? Can I give Randy? Can I give Randy a wrench? No, I don't want to put him in a timeout. I thought you used to hit the 3 little dots and it would give the person a wrench. I don't want to block Randy. No add-ons in Superior.
Randy is mentioning that there's no add-ons to the Superior campaign.
And I did that for a reason, and here's another little trick for you. I might add on something later on in the campaign, maybe a stretch goal or something. But when it comes to shipping, add-ons are a nightmare. They're an absolute nightmare because when you're shipping, you get all the categories and you just sit there and you stuff envelopes for these 80 people got this, the next 120 people, they got this. You get everything set up and you just sit there and you stuff envelopes all day and everybody in that category is getting the same thing. When you do add-ons, all of a sudden each person you have to check, did they get this? Did they get this? So if you have multiple add-ons, and what it does is it slows down your shipping. Your backers aren't going to get their books nearly as fast. Shipping is a time-consuming process as it is.
Yeah.
With add-ons, it's a nightmare. So what I did is I gave I have multiple books. I gave options on everything that I could that would work out best. So you do have the option to get all the different kind of books, but if you make it too picky choosy, then all of a sudden you're going through 80 people and you're going to have to stop and look at what each person got. And it might sound silly, like what I'm saying, but the logistics of it don't work.
No, I understand because with add-ons, you have the box in front of you with this goes to Joe Schmo. And then you've got the stack of all the different books.
And they're getting this, and this.
And then you have to go boom, 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 boom in that box and then put it to the side. And then you're like, okay, now Joe Schmo part 2, he got add-ons, A, B, and D. And then you push it to the side versus everybody who bought book A slams into the box.
Yeah.
And it's pushed to the side. Everyone who get, I see how that would slow the process down tremendously. But you also could think of it as when you have Joe Schmo's box in front of you and he has all these different add-ons, the time it takes for you to put another item into the box that was a sale, that's only a few seconds. So if it means you sell a lot of other cool things to each person. Now I've never done any campaigns, so that's just my theory, but I can understand versus being able to just go, here's all the people that bought the book.
And to me,
label, envelope, boom. Label, envelope, boom.
Yeah. To me, it is important because one of the biggest things is getting the books out to, how many backers have had to complain about why haven't you sent the books out yet? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
That is why I kind of keep it the way I keep it is
streamlined.
Yeah, I want to be when the campaign's done. I want this to work like clockwork. I want the backers to get their books as fast as I can get them.
But does that mean you won't have, like someone asked in the chat, I think it was Ladies Man, was asking, you don't have any options for your older books? Like they can't buy Superior. Can they buy Superior and then get like one of the Pirate Queen books?
What I'm not going to do that with Superiors. What I might do is I might run a secondary campaign. One of the things I'm thinking about doing later this year that I think people might like is I've done all these digital backup stories, and a lot of them are adult digital backup stories.
Yeah,
I've got adult digital Pirate Queen, adult digital Blue Bombshell, adult digital Slave Girl books that I've done the artwork for already. And what I might do, and I've got the book called Sword Maidens that a lot of people ask me about that I ran a really small campaign on, and it's actually a really cool book. It's kind of like twin sisters that are like hot Conan chicks.
Yeah, that's immediately what I thought when you told me the title. So
and Sword Maidens, and it's an adult themed book too. So I might take all those stories and put them in like one big mega book, a print book.
Okay. Yeah.
And then if I do that, then I might offer like second chances on some of these other books like Blue Bombshell, Slave Girl that I've done already, do some new variant covers. Again, try to keep it simple so it, you know, but a little bit of mix and match so you can kind of people can have their options, but it'll still make it so that I can get the book shipped out to everybody in a reasonable amount of time. I'm working on the logistics of it, but this would be a campaign that I'd probably do maybe later in the fall. But it's kind of, it's an idea I've had for a little bit where I know a lot of these guys like those stories and you know, might have missed out the first time around. So I definitely want to get that stuff out there again. So, and the other thing is like Blue Bombshell 2 is on the horizon. Like that's like Blue Bombshell is like one of my most popular and successful books. So I want to get back to Blue Bombshell again and do more with that. And I'll definitely offer Blue Bombshell 1 again with that campaign with a new variant cover, you know, maybe offer a new adult variant on that one. But yeah, Blue Bombshell was a big success for me. So I definitely want to do more. Like I want to do more with all these characters. Like I've got there's still characters that I haven't even put out yet. Like I've got the bad guy. Like the bad guy is it's my what if on James Bond, and it's like what if the bad guy is like the one who saves the world and the James Bond is a douchebag.
You talked about that on my maybe Pontificate.
Yeah, I probably brought it up before, but that's like another book that I've got. So I've got all this stuff that I want to do. It's just timing. It's just having the time to do it and like, you know, advertise and you know, like these campaigns are not small endeavors. Like, so
they're not a weekend thing.
No, like you dip your toe in, you're there for a couple of months working on all this stuff. So this is all kind of fun stuff. I've got lots more stuff that I want to do, and with the success of each campaign, like, you know, hopefully Superiors can do close to as good as my other books did, you know, and it's just like, you know, building that following and like, you know, it allows you to bring these next projects and get those going too. Like each successful project just is going to lead to more projects I want to do. And everybody in the chat, like everybody that backs these books, like you're the reason I can do all this stuff. So man, I appreciate the hell out of everybody. I don't have a really big channel, you know, so like everybody in the chat right now, I appreciate the hell out of you guys just showing up and hanging out with me and Rob and looking at our projects and like all this stuff is fun. Like every second I can do this, I am super, super thankful for all of it. So yeah. It's awesome.
I was on Aaron Lepresti's show channel last Sunday and he made the joke. He goes, cause I'm straightforward and I'm honest with people. I'm like,
oh yeah,
you know, I'm in it. You know, I'm in it at comic. I might be new, but you know, I have to be honest, I've already done Marvel and DC. I have no other options.
You've done it up and down, left and
yeah,
right.
I have no other options. Like, yeah, Aaron starts laughing. He goes, yeah, let's try to give Death Raider a boost so Rob doesn't have to be a what did he call it? The greeter at Walmart.
Oh,
and I'm like, I don't have any other skills. It's not like I can go, oh yeah, well, I did 4 years at an ad agency, so I just need to call up a couple of buddies and I'll be, jamming away.
No, it's like month. I've been inking for 20, 30 years. Like, that's what I've been doing. I've been inking.
I'm a comic book artist. Comic book artist, and I know comic book stories, and I know what I like, and I like, sci-fi stuff, sci-fi stories. So that's why I'm here, because I want to keep and I learned my field as a comic book inker was shrinking. So as it started shrinking really, really fast, I was like, holy crap, I better learn how to pencil, and at the same time, I always had problems with the stories that I had to work on. There wasn't too many books that I was actually really proud of the way the stories were.
Excited about what the writer was doing. It's like, I believe it.
Yeah, if you can take a comic book story and if you can just input one of the nemesis, one of the main bad guys that you all relate to that story, whether it's Wolverine and throwing Sabretooth, or you throwing ninjas. If you can take something as basic as that and put it into the comic, and it's better than the story that the writer just wrote, that the story's a piece of shit. Yeah. Like, literally, that idea takes 5 seconds to go, okay, what are we doing in this issue? Oh, it's Wolverine fighting ninjas, or it's Wolverine fighting Sabretooth, or it's Wolverine fighting one of the Reavers, or it's Wolverine fighting, one of Sinister's clone guys. If that is cooler than what the writer has done for 3 issues, that writer can't write superheroes. He might be a really technically strong, sound writer, but he doesn't know comics and he doesn't care about comics. And that's why you read all this endless amount of comic books that you get done with and go, this means nothing. These are the worst villains on the planet. Nobody cares about these villains or these characters. Why did they just spend?
The majority of the writers at the big 2 right now have not read comics past the last 3 or 4 years. They have no idea about, the history of the characters, 70s, 80s, 90s, even early 2000s. Like, most of these writers don't know anything about the comics other than what they've seen in the movies. And a lot of them, lot of them are just look at the writing comics as a stepping stone towards like screenplays.
It's a scheduling. Yeah, it pays the rent for the next 2 months until that TV show kicks off.
Yeah, exactly.
The pilot that they write, it moves forward.
Yeah, and it shows in the books, and it shows it shows in the sales. Like, nobody's buying this crap. No, like the hardcore fans.
When I would work on some Justice League stuff, and the villains were the shitty villains from Justice League Detroit days.
Oh yeah.
You knew that the writer, I'm not going to say his name, but anybody who read that Justice League United crap, they know who wrote it. That writer knows nothing about the characters.
Yeah.
Because he just took some of the worst villains from the worst Justice League era, and he spent an entire issue on it. And you're just like, dude, that's not how you make your awesome villains help levitate your heroes.
Yeah.
If the villains are the shittiest, then your heroes suck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's brutal. But let's I think I pulled up your page here. Let's make sure. No, that's still.
How dare you?
I know.
You tease.
Let's see here. I get that's the thing, is I have to remember how literally I haven't ran a streaming show in probably about a year. And it's like, once you've done it a couple times, it's much easier. But after a year, I got rusty on it again.
Well, they also changed some of the things, because Ethan he'll think that he is showing something, and we're like, Ethan, are you showing us something? And because he'll just be talking away and we're just looking at his face. And I actually made an entire YouTube video where I didn't present correctly, so it was just me talking when I thought I was talking about.
Oh yeah.
So I'm
and that's easy to have happen just because like you kind of have to get off the screen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You have to get off the screen in order to like show anybody. And
Yeah.
it's like if you forget to click on the right thing, it's like all of a sudden you're just they're looking at you talking about something they can't see.
Oh, and I've sold a few books too since I was here.
Oh yeah,
because I was at like 13. I think I was at 13.5 something.
Oh, all right.
So that's awesome. Very
added
cool.
a couple backers. That's great. Thanks to the chat.
We're sneaking to 15K before it closes.
That
I think I can get yelled at. I can get yelled at.
And everybody on tonight, we're going to do a special pontificators tomorrow on Art T-Bear's channel. So everybody keep an eye out for that. Me and Rob are going to be on there, and that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a super superior launch.
Yeah, pontificators is always a blast. You can watch Rob and Art give each other shit over the years, which is always.
Wait, no, he gives me shit.
Yeah, he does.
And I tell him how great he is.
Exactly. That is accurate. But yeah, look at this artwork. Like you guys that are here, like Rob is absolutely killing. Look at the detail on this stuff. You are like absolutely killing it. This character design is insane. The amount of detail.
I've gone full retard.
Yeah, no, you have, and it's absolutely paid off going full retard this time. It's like Robert Downey Jr. will tell you never to go full retard, but this time it really paid off.
Yeah, my wife will look over my shoulder and goes, "Do you really need to?" She likes to call it Gussie. She goes, "Do you really need to Gussie it up?
Gussie everything up there."
And I'll look at her and go, "I haven't even gotten to the whiteout part."
Yeah.
And she just shakes her head at me.
You use whiteout like a master. It's like,
dude,
that's there's very few people. Years. There's very few people that can do what you're doing with the whiteout in these pages.
Well, and it's because most of the guys quit. Yeah, most of Tim Townsend and Richard Bennett, they stopped doing it. I was just dumb enough to keep doing it.
To use as much black as you're using and still have all the detail and all the clarity in these pages, like the way these guys just come out of the shadows and blend in behind, but dude. Still, like there's so much amazing lighting stuff you're doing on these characters here that, this is just really gorgeous, gorgeous work.
Thank you.
This face, I mean, like just look at the leaves and the blades of grass here. Like I could just stare at the blades of grass and what you're doing there with the ink work on that.
And you know what I see when I look at the page? I look at the places where I run out of steam and I go,
I don't see any of that, man. All I see is awesome sauce everywhere.
Thank you, dude. Thank you.
Oh, this is like absolutely gorgeous. So if you guys have not backed Death Raider, this is his closeout weekend. So definitely thanks to Southern Cecil for putting the links to Death Raider and Dragon's Rage and to my book Superiors. Yeah, we're going to try. Art's not great at getting the page, his YouTube channel set up ahead of time so we can send out links. So I'm going to try and talk to Comic Book Bob, who usually has to talk Art through doing all that because it's a little tech. But yeah, we'll try and get links set up earlier so we can really advertise the crap out of the Pontificators tomorrow. Art's got a really good following and always gets a lot of people there for his shows. So, but yeah, we'll try and get the page set up early and advertise the crap out of it so everybody can know about it.
We were up to like 300 people that one night.
Art. Everybody loves Art, man. Art.
Well, we had done like 3 pontificators in a row, so that was part of it. So
that helps too. But Art being the legend that he is helps too. Just always think back to like he was working on X-Men and Death of Superman at the same time. Like that was
and there's all that stuff that we don't even know he didn't get credit for.
Yeah, exactly.
He was helping out.
Yeah, like he was just. Yeah, like I love when they go into pages and they say, "Oh, so and so was doing this part," and I was inking on this part, and it's like, oh, that's insane. That's
like the best
insane.
comics. He was working on the coolest and the best comics that we followed.
He absolutely was.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's 8:00 here Central Time. Rob, I can't thank you enough for coming on tonight, and everybody in the chat. Yeah, I haven't done a show in a long time. So, that's the other thing is I don't have a ton of backers. I have a small channel. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, if you can hit that subscribe button and hit the like button, I think that's what everybody says. That's the cliche, but I would totally appreciate it. I would like to build this channel up a little bit, and I'd like to do more shows. So the support you guys are giving me by showing up in the chat is truly appreciated. And I think we're going to cut out for the night here. It sounds like Dragon Rage Jimmy's channel is going to be showing later tonight. And I think I might be, I'm not for sure, but I think I might be on Michael Bancroft's channel later on. So, everybody keep an eye out. Check out Jimmy's closeout show later on tonight. And check out Pontificators tomorrow night too. And subscribe and like. And I think we'll wrap it up here. Thank you guys for showing up tonight. It's awesome. Everybody have a Friday night. Back Superiors, back Death Raider, back Dragon Rage, and hail Comicsgate. And have a great weekend, everybody.
Good night, everybody.